In today's video, I will be talking about everybody's favorite digital asset. No, I'm not talking about monkey JPEGs. We're talking about cryptocurrency. I will be sharing with you a story about a time that I met a crypto bro out in the real world, in the wild, when he came to my office in 2018. I'm going to be telling you about the cryptocurrencies that he suggested that I buy, how those currencies are performing today, and what lessons I learned, if there were any. So let's just jump right into it. In January 2018, I still had a job. I was a working professional man. I was working in like upper management in a Chinese company in Shanghai. What we did really isn't so important for the purpose of this video. It wasn't anything to do with cryptocurrency or blockchain or anything like that. But one thing that our company did like to do was to bring in people from different industries or different businesses, come and have meetings at our company, or we go to them, of course. If there's anything that we can gain from possibly working with another company, or if we can just learn something from them. And so one of my tasks as director of this department was to find, other companies, especially companies that were international, that spoke English, and had them come to our company. And whenever that happened, my job was to lead the meeting, give them a tour of the office, talk about what we did, find out what they did, and see if there was any way to cooperate. Not so complicated, right? So really that's the only background that you need to know for this video. Shanghai, China, big company, not blockchain, not crypto, early 2018. We're talking first week of January 2018. So at this time, currently right now, 5.5 years later, I don't recall anything about what this guy's company actually did. I've looked back through our emails, and the only email I can find is actually after he met with us. So presumably we talked through WeChat to arrange our meeting and figure out if our companies could collaborate. So for my admitted, kind of lacking memory here, the main takeaway from the meeting, from as I recall, was that it was very uneventful. Nothing happened. There was nothing interesting. There was no way that we could collaborate with this company. I don't even know if they were a legit company. Essentially, what happened during the meeting was this crypto bro, I'm not going to tell you his name, but this crypto bro was playing with a coin, like a physical coin. This is the only coin I have because in China we don't really use coins anymore or any physical money anymore. Hey, crypto guys, we use digital currency here, but that's neither here nor there. So anyways, playing with this coin the whole time. And I remember at the end of the meeting, I asked him, I said, what's with this coin that you're playing with? Flipping it around, spinning on the table this whole time. Because it obviously wasn't a Chinese coin. It wasn't a quarter. It wasn't a silver dollar. It wasn't a euro. And the guy told me, oh, it's a physical crypto coin. And, I was kind of, I would say, like taken aback because even back then, I didn't know much about cryptocurrency. I still don't. But my impression was that a cryptocurrency was a digital asset, right? It was like a digital token, not a physical coin. If we're going to be using physical money, I remember he said, oh, I'll email you about it. We can talk about it. So I think it was later that day, maybe the next day. The date is January 6, 2018. I have the email. He, emailed me, thanked me for my hospitality. Thanks for inviting him to the company. And then he kind of led his little sales pitch about buying cryptocurrency. Now, I got to say that on this channel, I think it's well established that I'm a moron. I'm an idiot. I don't know much about anything. I freely admit that. I hope that's part of the charm of this channel. But I will say that, even the dumbest among us, even people like me, clearly see that this crypto bro in the meeting, he had an ulterior motive. He wasn't maybe there to try to collaborate with our company. He was there to get people on the hook for crypto. Playing with his crypto coin was kind of like setting the trap, right? Setting the lure, putting the bait on the hook, and then he's going to send the email out to lure me in. First, of course, he thanked me for my hospitality. I'm such a good host. Thanks for having us in the company, blah, blah, blah. And then, the crypto pitch came in. And I humored him. I wasn't interested in cryptocurrency. I've pretty much always felt like it wasn't something I was interested in. It always felt like fake digital internet money to me, or a scam, or a pump and dump. That's how I always felt about it, and I still do to this day. So anyway, I humored him. I replied with some questions about crypto, and we were off to the races. He came back with another email right away. So I'm not sure why, but for some reason, many years later, this has popped into my head recently, and I said, I'll check to see if I still have that email and see if perhaps I would actually be a millionaire today had I listened to this guy's advice. So I dug through the email and found it, and fortunately for me, I didn't invest with this guy's his strategy. Had I invested, I would essentially be completely wiped out, aside from a few holdings. While I said I'm a moron, I'm not a total moron, which thank goodness. This crypto bro told me that these crypto projects he suggested were designed to solve real-world inefficiencies, and apparently those real-world inefficiencies are still in play because they haven't solved anything. These coins are all worth nothing. So let's take a look at the cryptocurrencies that he suggested I buy. I'm not going to be calculating my total return. One, because I'm bad at math, and two, because almost everything's down 99%. And I guess 3 because, although crypto people like to say hodl or hold on for dear life, presumably you wouldn't hold for 5 years. These cryptocurrencies, you wouldn't hold down if you're down 99%. So calculating had I held what my total value would be right now is probably kind of pointless. So first of all, his email suggested that I diversify my assets, right? By allocating a 20 grand starting position into various coins at a ratio that he described in the email. He's not totally wrong here in the sense that he did suggest that kind of the biggest individual assets would be Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we'll see how we go. But so for the first 16% of my portfolio, he said put it in Bitcoin. Now, had I bought Bitcoin, not only would this investment still be up as of August 23 when I'm recording this video right now, but I could have actually potentially tripled my investment had I managed to actually choose the top, sell the top when it was about 69,000 US dollars a coin. So we're starting out pretty good here, good investment. Thank goodness for cryptobro to tell me what to do here. I appreciate that. But pretty much after that and Ethereum, we're going to start quickly descending into the depths of cryptocurrency hell. So let's take a look at Ethereum, another 16% of my portfolio here. This is the only really other winner of the buy and hodl strategy. So had I sold the top of this investment, I would have about 4x my investment. If I held until now from then without selling anything, I would have been up about 70% with Ethereum. So again, not too bad. The first 32% of my crypto fund, they're both up even if I held this whole time. Pretty, okay, good job, cryptobro. With that out of the way, let's take a look at the rest of my portfolio here. And just for your information, all of these charts are going to start on January 6, 2018 and go until August 19th. So had I bought this next currency, Bitcoin Cash, on that day, I would have never had one opportunity to sell for a profit. I had zero chance to ever make any money with Bitcoin Cash. I would be down over 90% had I held today. But thankfully, he only suggested put 4% of my portfolio in this. So, diversifying my portfolio is really paying dividends here. So next we have Super Bitcoin, which according to CoinMarketCap is a hard fork of Bitcoin, which is not a soft fork or a long chopstick. So what this means apparently is that some people who liked Bitcoin but didn't really like the way direction the coin was headed in, they decided to change some code around, split the currencies apart, and they came out with a alternative to Bitcoin on the same blockchain. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, they also copied Donald Trump for some reason and tried to make Bitcoin great again using his slogan. They didn't make it great again. And now we have a currency that is worth nothing today. Absolutely nothing. So I'd be down 100% in Super Bitcoin. Again, thankfully, he suggested only put 4% of my money into this currency. So thanks again, cryptobro. Good for you. Now, next we have Monero. This was the physical coin that he was playing around with on the table. It looks something like this. I'm not sure if it's exactly this coin here on the screen right now, but it was a coin like that. Now, had I actually bought and held Monero for a few years, I would have had only one profitable selling opportunity, and that would have been a few days in 2021. So I would have had to hold it 3 years to have a chance to make money. Had I actually bought and held until today, I would be down about 50% roughly. And this would be my third best performing asset of everything he suggested I buy. So we're not doing so well. Next, we have a coin called Zcash, which I could have actually bought and flipped immediately for a very, very small profit. If I would have held for any longer than 2 or 3 weeks, I would be down about 99% as of today. The next token we have is called Verge token. Here we go. Again, never would have had any chance to make any money had I bought this on January 6, 2018. And that coin is completely wiped out today. Awesome. Next one, Dash, another one, total wipeout. No chance for profit. We're looking real good here now. Now we're at Quantum Coin, which this is an interesting one because had I bought, the moment that he emailed me, I would have literally bought the top. The highest price this coin ever was the day he emailed me. I would be down 97% had I bought and held today. Now, another one we have is Neocoin, which is interesting because this one has literally zero information on coinmarketcap.com. It's the only coin I looked at when I tried to look at what these coins supposedly do, what inefficiencies they solve, who's developing them, because, that website does kind of try to teach you about the coins, even though none of them really do anything. But on Neocoin, there's absolutely no information about it. Although I'm sure you could Google or Discord or something, some other information. But a funny thing about the Neocoin is, while there is no information on CoinMarketCap about this coin, off to the side, they have like kind of a social media comment section. And this guy says that he's a neo bull, and he's commenting there. He says that he thinks it's normal to make 15% profit in 2 weeks, and that while this is only a small profit, hopefully he can repeat it throughout the year, which goes to show you how delusional crypto investors can be, or are maybe. And they think that 15% profit in 2 weeks is small and it's repeatable. Anyway, had I actually bought Neo and held it, I'd be down over 90% currently. Next, we have Waves. Waves is actually one of the best investment opportunities here that he gave me, because had I bought it and sold it anytime within the first 3 years, I would have been at a loss. However, there was like a little bit of time, a couple months really, where I could have sold it at a profit after about 3 years. And if I would have sold it at the peak, I could have sold it for about 5 times what I paid for it had I bought it January 6, 2018. Had I held today, however, it would be down 90%. So it goes. All right, so the next section of investments he told me was ICOs, or initial coin offerings, or high growth coins. This he said to invest or allocate 23% of my portfolio into. So he said, probably shouldn't buy and hold these, but they might be good for rapid growth. So let's look at how we would have done here. This first coin is called Burst. Again, literally, had I bought it when he told me to, I would have bought the top. Is basically nothing currently. It was rebranded as the same product with a different name, and now it's down 99%. Dragon, which would have been another buy the top moment. This crypto bro that I talked to, he was very good at suggesting the literal worst time to actually buy much of these coins. Just 4 days after the email that he sent me was the literal top, so I could have got in a little bit, had a day or two where it went up, and then ever since then it would have been down. I never would have made any money. Since then it would have been down 100% basically, total loss. Next coin is called Juan. Juan, I could have made money had I bought it and flipped it within the first 3 months or so. As of now, down 90%. Invion, he suggested I buy, which was a scam. No one made any money except for the initial guys who made the coin and then rug pulled it and then sued each other. So bad idea there. Next coin is called Bloom. Bloom is a coin that's not on the market. It's down 100%, and I never would have had an opportunity to sell for a profit. So again, well done. And next we have Expanse. Expanse is another coin down 100%. So I'd be pretty much wiped out, like I said, except for my Bitcoin and Ethereum. So what have we learned from this? I'll give you my takeaways, and you can feel free to add more if you think there are some. First, I would say is just don't buy cryptocurrency. Any crypto, none of it really does anything. Like I said, I tried to figure out what each of these cryptocurrencies did. I read about them, and none of them actually did anything besides throw out some buzzwords that, obviously didn't actually solve anything. Otherwise, they'd be worth something today. So right now on the screen, you can see some of those descriptions of these currencies and what they did. Not worth going over them. They don't do anything. Second, I would say is if you are going to buy cryptocurrency, even though you shouldn't, definitely don't diversify. Just buy the main one, buy Bitcoin. I guess you can buy Ethereum as well. Really don't buy any, but yeah, buy the first and the original and the still best, I guess. The vast majority of these tokens, they don't do anything. By the time you hear about them, they're in the dump phase of the pump and dump. It's funny actually, in my first email to him, when I asked him about crypto, I asked him, is crypto just pump and dump? Again, this is 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago. I think everybody now knows, they're well aware that this is mostly pump and dump schemes, but it's kind of funny, because like I said, I'm a moron, but even back then I was well aware that this was all just nonsense pump and dump. And he even said, they're not all pump and dumps. So, it really filled me with confidence and really got me excited to invest. The third lesson I learned is that if you do buy cryptocurrency, do not hodl. Do not hold on for dear life. If you're going to buy it, you don't want to be an investor. You want to be a trader. As soon as you make profit, any profit, considering most of them spend their whole lifetime in the red, if you make any profit, get rid of it. Count your lucky stars. Count your blessings. Just enjoy your hard-earned, hard-won fake money, and then trade it for fiat that you can actually use. The fourth thing I learned, I would say, is don't listen to any crypto gurus out there. If you're watching YouTube for crypto advice, or if somebody's coming to your office to pitch you on cryptocurrency, don't listen to them. Don't pay them for their advice. This guy wanted me to pay him an hourly consulting fee. Obviously, that was never going to happen. I can handle my own finances just fine. You're going to lose 90% of your money. If you pay a consultant's fee, you're going to lose 91%, 92%. It'll just help you lose your money faster. So, up to you, but I wouldn't do it. I would say the fifth thing I learned is that anybody who's telling you now that you're early on crypto, they're BSing you. You're far too late on most crypto. I suppose you might see another pump of Bitcoin and Ethereum or some other currency, more likely than not, you're going to lose money. You're not early. You should have actually bought crypto or Bitcoin, I would say, 10 years ago or longer, and you should have sold it in 2021 or whenever the top was at 70K. Right now, you're a little bit too little too late. It's not going to be the currency of the future, in my opinion. You're not going to be in some post-apocalyptic wasteland where there's no fiat currency and you're trading digital assets. It's just not going to happen. I could be wrong. I don't think so, but I could be. There may be more things to learn from this story here. Like I said, if you think there are other lessons to learn or you think I'm totally wrong, leave them in the comments. I would like to hear what you guys think. Have you bought crypto? When did you get involved in it? For me, I'm very glad that I didn't get into it, although, it would have been nice to have made a lot of money in Bitcoin. Not because I believe in it, not because I think it's not the currency of the future. It's not a scarce digital asset, but it would have been cool to have bought it and, I probably would have sold it at 800. I wouldn't have held one coin to 70K, but it would have been cool, something to think about. Not really, because it's just a pipe dream, just a fantasy. The real people that bought that stuff back then have already long since cashed out, and you are left holding the bag, my friend. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy this look at a crypto bro and his sales pitch and his suggestions, and I will see you guys later. Take it easy. Goodbye. Have a good day, and hodl, diamond hand, etc. Bye-bye.